The mystery of the missing ring. A Japanese ship, Yamato Maru, was en route to the open seas, and rumors of the coronavirus, COVID-19, were rampant on board. The ship was ordered to stay away and not dock at the harbor of Shanghai for 3 weeks, as the authorities were scared of the infection spreading. But within a week of the ship being out on the open seas, disaster struck. The captain, mind you, his name was Captain Crapwell, scooted to the toilet as he stated his bowels were allegedly on the run due to the wild and exotic recipes of Thangam, the cook. Apparently, she had concocted sardine biryani for everyone. He said that he had removed his ring and kept it on the table near the entrance of his cabin, and then run to the loo. When he returned after his crap, he found the ring gone missing. The captain immediately called the entire crew and the crew members and the guests. All were now suspects. The crew members and the guests. He wanted each one to relate what they were doing over the last 15 minutes. But here's a piece of gossip, a detail about the ring. It was priceless and insured for 10 times more than its value by the captain. So the crew and the guests demanded that Captain Crapwell be questioned too.
Okay. Let me go first. For the last 15 minutes, I had the shits, was feeling like the pits. My stomach was griping, groaning, and moaning. I didn't feel like I'd reached the potty in time. I undid my clothes, yanked off the ring, pulled down my chaddies, and ran to the thunderbox with just split seconds to spare. I had no time. I dare not think. I was in an apoplectic fit when I finally did my shit and let it all go. I started to recollect what I did know. I thought that Miss Thangam the cook might have been up to the tricks, serving stale fish and making me sick. I know with certainty that she overheard that I was giving this ring to my girlfriend, Alice, and that it costed much more than a small-sized palace. I had brought it with my family inheritance and was planning to give it to my love, Miss Alice Hall, who was waiting for me, all forlorn. But due to this worldwide pandemic, damn it, I'm forced to hold on to it. Now, it's gone. What will I give my sweetheart Alice Horn?
I toil all day with underwage pay in the heat of the kitchen to feed these rats. I was given sardines by the seamen of the ship as they lowered down the boats to catch some fish and asked me to make this biryani dish. There was one large lobster in the catch that looked a bit brown, but knowing Captain Crapwell's loves his fish, I tossed it in Crapwell's dish. 3 weeks at sea, with not much to eat. For a cook to keep them fed is not an easy feat. Yes, I heard Captain Crapwell talk of his ring, boasting of how much it was worth, with rubies, emeralds, gold inlays, and silver lining. But he also boasted of how he got it insured for 10 times as much. He had laughed about the money he would get if the ring was lost or taken by theft. For the last 15 minutes, I've been in the pantry, looking for potatoes to make some soup for the gentry. But I have a secret that I will tell you now. Mrs. Seksbaum, who's left her aging husband, was kissing the professor down in the lobby next to the pantry. I overheard him say, "If only I had the money to settle my wife, and get an apartment in which I could keep you, honey, where we can be funny, sing and dance. Then I heard Miss Seksbaum mention Captain Crapwell's ring.
Ladies, gents, let me explain what happened over the last 15 minutes. It was nothing like that. Mrs. Seksbaum had a sprain in her lower back. I am having great knowledge in Ayurveda, so was massaging her pain. She was only mourning because of the relief and the gain from my technique that had lessened her pain. She kissed me to thank me or for my service. That's all. I did not reciprocate. Maybe be a little, but as I have been lonely of late, but only a very little because I am an educate. The talk about the apartment? No, no, no. Nothing like that. My wife will have my head and rather see me dead. But I know of some interesting news. Rowdy Ramesh and Mindy were talking to me and said they were very desperately looking for a ceremony. 3 weeks at sea was too much to bear. They wanted to get united in holy matrimony and needed a ring or some sort of thing to make their union a legal one, a legal contract, and mentioned Crapwell Sir's expensive ring, in fact.
What a naughty mind Professor Ranganathan has. His knowledge is so vast and deep. I dream of him on nights I can't sleep. I adore him, and I'm not ashamed to say that I kissed him and hugged him and did all sorts of things to him. He's married, poor fellow, to a demonic wife. But I was his salvation, his muse, and helped light up his life. Luckily for me, he shouldn't come on this trip. Okay, so for the last 15 minutes on the ship, I've been writing to my ex-husband as the monthly money he sent me has completely stopped now that I'm at sea. And I need the cash immediately to feed my 3 cats and a poodle and my big Great Dane that live with me in that house that I got from my settlement in Spain. I have to say, I did notice Captain Crapper's lovely ring and his elegant suit, and even entertained a little scene with me. Because I need the money, honey.
Well, I have 3 warrants out for me, and I've been in jail 6 times. I was let out only as this COVID-19 did not allow me to be in prison. So set free with no formal guarantee. Then afterwards, I met this cool, super fun chick, Mindy, near the bar close to the port. And we hit it off so well the moment we met. I returned to my old habits and did what I do best. I relieved this old drunk at the port bar of his money, coat and vest. And you know what I found? I found 2 tickets for this boat, Yamato Maru, setting off to Shanghai right in his pocket. Can you believe it? 2 passes on this ship. Then I immediately got Mindy to join me. And I made a lot of promises to her to give her money and a lot of bling. But I did not steal Captain Carvel's thing.
Hey man, I'm just a barmaid with a degree in fun. I'm a party girl, and a wild one too. I go where life takes me. Life is just too short to be timid and lonely. We need to celebrate life and be crazy. That's my motto, apart from being lazy. Well, for the past 15 minutes, I've been at the bar, downing my 6 whiskey car as Rowdy Ramesh had gone off. So I started flirting with the barman, Mr. Falani. Now Rowdy Ramesh had gone to the toilet but did not return for more than 10 minutes. So finally, I went to look to see where he was, for all he had to do was pee. As I carefully crossed the floor and looked for him, I was sure I saw him running out of Captain Crapwell's door, and not to lose. Well, what can I say? Boo-hoo. I find this an odd thing, but I for sure would love to have that ring.
Oh, Mindy was as drunk as a female skunk. Kept talking about the gifts
promised by her admirer Rowdy Ramesh. She even mentioned that he bragged of putting a stone on her finger. Then she gawked at the sight of my enormous chest and said it would look good in a tight-fitting vest. She asked me where I was going later that night. I said, I usually go up to the deck, exercise, lift weights, and do some light cardio. When the deck is empty at night, then she asked me where the captain slept. I told her it was close to the deck, just 4 steps down and an immediate left. She winked as she ordered another whiskey sour and said she would meet me later that hour. I was, in the last 15 minutes, working out on the deck. I noticed some movement and sounds close to the captain's room. I saw a parrot circle above and an image of a lady in a gown, then a man in coat and a pipe scuttled by. First, I wondered why, but thought nothing of it and kept up my workout, and then I heard the captain shout, "The ring is gone!" I had no alibi. I was all alone near the captain's room while he had gone and sat on the throne.
Well, I have served the ship Yamato Maru for more than 10 years. My conduct is exemplary and my work well done. I would like to remind you, we all ate the same fish and it was an extremely delicious dish. How come the captain got the runs but not everyone else? I, in fact, have grown fond over the years of Thangam the cook. For the last 15 minutes, I was writing in my book, a love note of all sorts, and went to the pantry and to give it to her. Well, we got carried away and I started to say, "Marry me, my dear. I will give you all that you need." She said, "What about the meager salary?" And we don't have enough money. Then we heard kissing sounds and noises of something funny coming from the ship's lobby.
I have been a seaman for as far back as I can remember. I loved this ship and joined this profession quite early. I worked quite dearly for my boss, Captain Crapwell, for many a year. Even though my salary is low, I have years of work to show. I was the one who went and got the fish that the cook made into a delicious dish. I'm the one who toils all day, so guests and patrons can chill and play. For the last 15 minutes, I was high on the flag post. I had to climb really high up, not an easy task for the timid, with winds blowing at a terrible speed, right up to the Japanese flag, and then to the deed. As the flag had been hoisted upside down, not wanting the captain and his crew to look like clowns, I decided to fix it and turn it around.
What is this crap? Waking me up at night? I was having such a lovely dream about a fight scene I shot with a hunk of hero in a Bollywood blockbuster called Master Zero. It was shot in Africa, the movie I mean, starring the hero in me. And we had a scene with the lion and a bear, and I did a dance like Fred Astaire. Finally, for the finale, an elephant picked me up, and I sat on his head. And he twirled me in circles as I sped through the sky and landed instead. It was so emotional, I could cry. You all woke me up and carried my parrot Muthu. He was so upset he cursed at me. You don't need the captain's ring. Why would I do such a stupid thing? The last 15 minutes, I was asleep with my dream. My parrot was on the bedside lamp, it seemed.
Well. Even though I am coughing and feeling unwell, I can tell for certain that the movie Master Zero was a box office flop and lost tons of money. The film just went flop. Guess who produced it and stood as a guarantee? It is the ship's guest, the very same actress, Milky. She is in direct streets with the investors from whom she got all that cash and made such a hash. So she tried to make a dash for it and got on the ship to flee from them, as they were demanding their investment and fee. Can't you see she needs the money? She can easily be the culprit. I, for the last 15 minutes, have been tracking her, hired by the investors for a fee, to follow this actress Milky. I was peering through her window watching her sleep. She suddenly left her bed and went out on deck with her parrot. The parrot flew out and about in circles and returned with a shiny thing. I have also read articles that birds like these are attracted to bling. Think of it. She could be the culprit, but I swear I did not take the ring.
Uh, I had lost my dear little rabbit Tulip. So the last 15 minutes, I went searching for it all over the ship. First, I went to the engine room and saw a man with his feet in the air writing a book. Then to the kitchen. I saw the cook and the man dancing the waltz. Then to the saloon, I mean the lobby, and saw a woman and a goon rolling on the floor. I went out on the deck, even though it was night, shouting, "Tulip, Tulip!" but he was out of sight. Then I suddenly saw him, perched on the stern of the ship. Perched on the stern of the ship. If he moved further back, he was going to slip. Then I heard the voice of the seaman. He quickly stepped forward, picked up my dear little Tulip, and handed him to me. Then he smiled and said, "Little girl, isn't it time for bed?"
I was just playing games all over the ship. I pretended I was in Star Wars, and boy, was it a trip. I imagined myself with a lightsaber and a whip. I started scaring the guests and the crew, pretending to shoot them, and then I would scream, "Yahoo!" All this just for fun. And then I'd make ugly faces and noises and run. I entered the captain's room and heard loud noises behind the toilet door. So I opened it, peered in to see more. There he was, screaming in pain. It sounded insane, like World War II had started all over again. For the last 15 minutes, I have been relegated to the corner of my parents' cabin for causing a scene. I was punished by them for being noisy and mean. I apologize to all who have gathered for being so ill-mannered.
I have been sitting and knitting on the deck this whole journey through. I have been suspicious, people, and I suspect, yes, all of you. The captain, for one, insured the ring for an enormous sum, and then he could have hid it in his crates of rum. It could be the professor and his newfound luck, as I saw them laughing and putting something shiny inside into her glove. What about Rowdy Ramesh and his loose floozy? I saw them on the deck, all happy and oozy. Detective Stevens, he sure is the culprit. Snooping around, no eye contact, always looking down. The barman was a clown, with his exercise and weights, trying to impress the girls and make them sing. He was right there next to the ring. All the crew hated Crapwell and would easily steal his fine jewelry. Forget the kids. They are a worrisome lot. I'm sure they could have easily been in the plot. For the last 15 minutes, I have as usual been sitting and knitting and suspiciously watching the rest.